Welcome back to A Moment in History. I'm Seth 𝙎𝘖𝘽𝘎. Few figures in American history have captured that uniquely American persona of do-it-yourself hard work, heroism, and general bravado. One of these rare icons is a man who many argue ushered in the modern age of American culture. He was a hero of the Spanish-American War as a member of the famed Rough Riders, and he also helped push the United States forward as a preeminent superpower on the world stage. He's considered by many to be the first modern president of the United States, and indeed he's the first man ever elected to the White House in the 20th century, Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th president of the United States. Roosevelt was the first president who was born too young to have served in the American Civil War. He was from New York, born in the year 1858. He suffered much as a young man, from health issues to the tragic deaths of both his mother and his first wife when he was in his mid-20s. But in his late 20s, the direction of his life began to change for the better. He married his second wife in 1886, and 10 years later he joined the American military in the Spanish-American War. Now, he became both a war hero and a folk hero as part of the military regiment that would become known as the Rough Riders, in which he led a victorious cavalry charge in the Battle of San Juan. His notoriety in the war gave him a boost in popularity on the national stage, and as such, he became governor of his home state upon his return from action. Now, William McKinley chose him as his running mate in the 1900 election, and when McKinley was sadly assassinated in 1901, Teddy Roosevelt became president of the United States at the age of 42, which made him, at the time, the youngest man in the nation's history to sit in the White House, and he's still the second youngest to this day after John F. Kennedy. Now, he was a pioneer in the White House, pushing the United States to the level of national world power. One of his greatest achievements was the overseeing and construction of the Panama Canal, which revolutionized maritime travel from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific and vice versa. Now, for 400 years previously, sailors needed to travel all the way down around the southern tip of South America to get from the Atlantic to the Pacific and back. Roosevelt also earned himself a Nobel Prize for orchestrating a peaceful resolution to the war between Japan and Russia, and he was also a purveyor of the national park system in the United States. He did a lot of things. Now, Roosevelt left the White House voluntarily after 2 terms in 1909. He campaigned for the presidency one more time, actually, but did not get voted in before his death in 1919. Thanks so much for joining me once again for A Moment in History. For more historical content, subscribe and click that bell to get notifications for when our next Moment in History comes out. Until next time, I'm Seth 𝙎𝘖𝘎𝘎𝘎.